Welcome back, everyone. Joining me in the newsroom is Keenan Wald. He is the Director of Alcohol and Drug Services at Pines and Caddy Hill and Recovery House right here in Columbus. Mr. Wald, thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So you're here to talk about National Recovery Month as well as an event that's happening this weekend.
That's right.
So talk about what's going on.
Well, every year September is National Recovery Month, and it's just sort of a celebration and awareness kind of month for people to know about addiction recovery, mental health recovery. And so last year we started kind of an annual Recovery Month walk, and our theme is No One Walks Alone. You know, addiction and mental health concerns are very isolating. They can be very lonely. And so we try and do this to bring awareness to the community and the people, people that are recovering or people that are struggling or have loved ones that are struggling, to know that help is available and help is available and doable.
Right, absolutely. What reaction have you gotten, last year when you did this event? What was the reaction and what was the turnout like, and what are you hoping this time around?
Well, I think people like events, they're a good time, but also, again, kind of repeat myself with addiction stuff, it's so isolating.
Right.
And so a lot of people in recovery, social communication, interacting with people is really healthy. That's healthy for people in general.
Absolutely.
And so this event, we do a walk from the Pines and Caddy Hill down Main Street, just to kind of bring awareness to people around. Head over to the soccer fields. We're going to have food and music and games and, and a good time. And so the reception was good, and we're kind of hoping for the same thing this year.
Well, let's talk about the addiction aspect. Why would you say addiction is isolating, and why is it important for people to know that they're not alone in that fight?
I think a part of it is the stigma of addiction. We know that addiction is a brain disease. Right. But it's kind of a hard conceptualization to make. And people's behaviors are sometimes quite erratic, and there's this large stigma against addiction too. Right. And so, we're talking about an affliction that kind of overrides one's willpower at its worst case. Right. And so, if I say I'm not going to do something and I keep doing it and I feel bad about it, that's going to bring about shame and guilt.
I see.
But then, maybe disrupted relationships with family, with my job, and so it just kind of brings us away from our support system. Right. And a lot of your viewers have loved ones, or they themselves have struggled with addiction, and they know it's a very challenging thing to be around. To overcome and be around.
Absolutely. Definitely an inspiring event that we all should take part of. Again, this is happening this Saturday, September 28th. Downtown at the soccer fields. The walk will begin at the Pines and Caddy Hill.
That's Caddy Hill.
Caddy Hill. Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It'll begin there, and then they'll make their way down to the soccer fields. The walk begins at 11. Please come out and support. You see the info at the bottom of your screen. Mr. Wald, thank you for coming out.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We're going to take a break, but first, let's get to Jacob. He's got a forecast update. Jacob.
Hey, good morning out there right now in Tupelo. The time is 6:34. Temperatures in the low 70s. It's 72 in Tupelo. Some spots are down into the mid to upper 60s, but a bit of a muggier feel to the morning with some fiery color in the eastern horizon. The sunrise about 10 minutes away. At the bus stop this morning, dropping off the kids, mostly clear, maybe partly cloudy in spots. Into the afternoon, all of us will be hot. Some of us, some lucky few of us, may see an isolated shower, though over the next 5 days and likely beyond, we all stay hot and dry. Average temperatures should be the low to middle 80s this time of year. We're in the mid to upper 90s instead. Sometimes we can get a little relief from the tropics. Let's check in to see if that's the case. Here's Tropical Storm Karen moving to the north, and it is a weak storm still, likely to continue a northward track, but eventually moving off to the west. Then Karen moves into a poor environment, and the latest forecast from the National Hurricane Center has it going north and east, making a 180 back to the west and weakening into a tropical low. We'll keep our eyes on that, but not too concerned. Lorenzo, now a major Category 3 hurricane, the third of the season. It lifts off to the north and to the west, likely strengthening to Category 4 status later on today. Coming up, we're going to talk more about the heat, and we'll have a full look at your 7-day forecast.
Sunrise Bus Stop School Day Forecast is brought to you by Pediatric Dentistry of Columbus with Dr. David K. Curtis and Dr. Katie Curtis Wyndham.